From sunrise to sunset, recycling is more than a job. It's a way of life. Early mornings, late nights, hard work that turns the old into something new. Recyclers power the economy, and ReMatter is built to power you. Making those long days easier with smarter tools like scale ticketing, payments, dispatch, and everything in between. We bring it all together so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business and serving your community. Driven by the spirit of recyclers everywhere. ReMatter. Built for recycling. Built for you.
Thank you all for joining us here at the ReMA convention in beautiful San Diego. I am Jessica Alexanderson. I am from Recycling is Like Magic. We write kids' books about recycling, and I'm also the executive director of the Recycling Society. And we have been hosting an aluminum can recycling contest at 18 elementary schools all across the USA. From October through the end of April. We've had some amazing sponsors. We're working with the Can Manufacturers Institute, which represents some of the largest aluminum companies in the world. They make all of our cans, and they want our cans back because the USA only recycles 43% of aluminum cans, which is really sad, but we can do better. And little third grade students all across the USA have been recycling cans, and they've been doing an amazing job. And so I would love to introduce you all to some of my board members because we have some exciting announcements from the end of our can contest. So first up, I'd like to introduce my VP, the amazing, beautiful, wonderful Jennifer Betts. Okay. Thank you. Yes, and then next up I have the super cool from Mississippi, Zach Schemper, my treasurer. I can't believe I have employees. This is great. And then, oh my gosh, the wonderful Subodh Das, Mr. Aluminum. And then I also have the super amazing Michael Goldstein from Alter Trading, which is a scrapyard that was helping us at one of our schools in Missouri with the Flint Park Lions. And so we all have some really fun and exciting announcements for you all today. You can sit here. Oh, I guess I'll sit here. Okay. Lord. These are very tall chairs. So I don't know if you all have heard of the book that I wrote with my two co-authors. It's called The Girl Who Recycled 1 Million Cans with Brad Rudover, who is a metal recycler out of Detroit, and his best friend's wife, she's a school teacher, Shazia Jaffer, and the two of them wrote this amazing book about Brad's daughter, Ellie, who loves unicorns, and she wants to recycle 1 million cans so she could buy a unicorn, and all of her schoolmates also want a unicorn, so they get together and help recycle cans. And my amazing team members and schools all across the USA have actually turned our book to life. Last year, 8 schools all across the USA recycled 1.3 million cans. And this year, we're here to announce our winners. And so I have third place. Who would like to win? Yeah.
So third place, the school in Lewisburg Elementary in Kentucky, which has 46 students in the 3rd grade, raised 2,827 cans per student. That is a total of 130,000 cans. Logan Aluminum was a sponsor, and Cumberland Scrap was the scrapyard that helped with the containers.
Nice job. Good job, Lewisburg. And then second place in our 2 million cans recycling contest.
Second place was Mendon Elementary in Pennsylvania, 56 students in 3rd grade. Number of cans per student, 5,072 cans. Total amount, weight is 284,024 cans total. Sponsor were CMI, Sherwin-Williams Paints, and Mon Valley Recycling.
Great job. And so I would like to announce the total, and then I'm going to let Mikey G here talk about the Flint Park Lions. And so, I'm going to give you this too, so you have the totals just in case. So the Can Manufacturers Institute from Washington, D.C. and Recycling is Like Magic would love to announce the total. 1 million, and people are going to be creeped out by this number, but it's my lucky number, 1,666,210 cans. So it's pretty amazing. So we've broke 1 million again 2 years in a row, and if you add all the cans from this year and all the cans from last year, we're over 3 million cans. So we had 1,685 students in third grade schools at 18 schools all across the USA in 12 states. And so if you guys like the sound of any of this and would like to help out, we started a nonprofit, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second, but I'd like to let Michael G. From Alter Trading chat a little bit about what this contest has meant for his company.
I will definitely do that. Thank you very much, Scuba Jess, and thank you to everybody from Recycling Society, now that what we're called, for your efforts. It's an amazing program. From day one, before we were involved with the school, we've been huge supporters. We love it. You're changing the world, and we're so happy to be part of it with you. So I'm with Alter Trading, St. Louis, Missouri. We're all over the Midwest, but the school that we supported was in the city, in the school district of University City in St. Louis, Flint Park. And I gotta tell you, these kids were so amazing. They were so enthusiastic. They had amazing questions. It was so fun. We did an assembly at the beginning of the year, some questions and answer sessions throughout the year. I make a bunch of LinkedIn videos, and somehow I found one of the students made a video on her own and put it on Facebook or somewhere, and just they were so into it, and it inspired me even more to do even more. And so I encourage anybody out there who is thinking about becoming involved or getting involved to get involved, because these kids are our future. If we're going to raise the rate of recycling in this country, then we've got to get to the younger generations, and this is the best way I can think of doing it. So thank you, Scuba Jess. And one more time for the Flint Park Lions! Woo!
Go Lions!
I've got a lot of energy. And we had 88,200 cans for St. Louis for the Flint Park Lions.
That's amazing.
So thank you very much. And we'll be back next year. Flint Park is in.
It's awesome. And would any of you all like to talk about why you joined the Recycling Society?
So we always talk about sustainability, and we talk about, educating the children. The only way to do that is to actually do it. So with this initiative, and it's Scuba Jess's vision, we're just a part of it, but we're all very excited to do it. And again, this is one great way to get the kids involved, explain to them the whole process. And, like I'm sure everybody here can tell you, an aluminum can, you can literally take it to the scrapyard, and within 60 days, it'd be processed back out for you to go buy it in the store. It's recycling at its best. Repurpose, reserve, recycle again.
Amazing. How about you, Jennifer? You want to tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here?
Yes. First of all, I just have to give Jess a moment, because she is the one who had this idea. She started it. She kicked it off. I'm sure you can tell she has an amazing aura about her. Her personality, her energy is contagious. So it obviously is something that when she approached me about it, there was no other answer. But yes, obviously, this is something that I've seen her build from an idea to multiple schools to even more schools. And I'm very honored to be a part of this and help the next generation with really learning about recycling, not just from the traditional it's good for the planet, but from an economical, a career standpoint. There are other ways to be looking at metals, recycling, and it's really cool to see what you're building here, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Scuba Jess.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. I would love to tell you just a little bit about how the contest actually works, in case people are wondering, what is this contest? How can I get involved? So we are looking for scrapyards across the USA that want to help sponsor local schools in their state. We're trying to focus on states with the lowest recycling rates, or states in areas of the country that don't have curbside recycling. So if you are in Michigan or California, one of the really awesome states, and you want to help our contest, you can help support a school in Zach's home state of Mississippi or along the Gulf or Florida, like the states that really need this education. And so the way it works is scrapyards bring a large roll-off bin or an awesome can trailer like Alter had to the school parking lot. And then every student in third grade gets a free copy of the book, The Girl Who Recycled 1 Million Cans, so they can go home, read it with their friends and families and relatives. It comes in English and Spanish. The students in our contest have gone around, read the book to every class in school, so the whole entire school gets excited to recycle cans. They all take a can recycling pledge. We have them all stand up, put their hand in the air. I pledge to never throw a can in the trash the rest of my life. And then they go out and they actively are seeking cans from local businesses, car washes, grocery stores, sporting events. The Pittsburgh Penguins donated cans from the game to the local schools, and we ask scrapyards to pay a minimum of 50 cents a pound for the cans. And we do 35 cans per pound, so basically 70 cans for $1. So it's not a ton of money, but it adds up over time, and a lot of these schools really need the money. So some of them are using it for the school lunch fund. Our winning school in West Virginia needs a new playground, so they're using the aluminum can money to get a new playground. And yeah, we would love for you all to help out and support some schools. I have to call out to Can Manufacturers Institute for helping me put this together and believing in our vision. And also the Ball Corporation, we did a contest with them this year, the Ball Can Do Challenge. And for next year, we're going to roll it all into one big, huge million cans contest. And we're just going to keep counting cans. And let's get to 1 billion. Why not? We can do it. So thank you all for coming. And I don't know if Subodh wants to say anything.
Yeah, I want to say a few things. I'm from aluminum industry. I've spent most of my career. I'm from the aluminum industry. Spent most of my career there working in rolling mills and can plants. And then I realized that our biggest customer for aluminum cans are not Ball or Crown Corp. Guess who's our biggest customer for aluminum cans?
The buyers?
No, the landfills.
Oh, the landfills. That makes sense.
And that's really interesting because we spend so much energy and technology and we landfill more than half of it. But now, with the national security, recycling aluminum cans and not landfilling is a national security issue. We're importing 5.5 million metric tons of primary aluminum, and 3.5 of those we're landfilling. So I don't know what economics that it makes no sense to import high carbon, high cost, tariff material and landfill. So every can we collect, that's one less can that we have to buy materials for. So it is a question of national security. That's what I'm in it for.
Awesome. You're the best, Subodh. And do you have any fun recycling facts, Michael?
Fun facts.
Aluminum cans? I'm sure you know some things.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at countries around the world, like Brazil, for example, which says 100% recycling rate of cans, and we're at the low end at only 43%, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's just, why are we throwing this stuff away? The energy needed to produce brand new cans versus recycling and remanufacturing this product is way more. We need to be recycling these cans. And the way to do it, like I said earlier, is to teach the kids. And I talked about this at an event a couple of years ago. If you teach the kids about recycling cans and they go home and they see their parents or their grandparents, I have 3 kids, and they see the older people throwing cans away, what are those kids going to do? They're going to say, Mom, Dad, why are you throwing it away? It's bad for the environment. It's bad for the world. They're going to nag you and they're going to drive you crazy to the point where you actually recycle your cans. So we got to teach the kids because they're going to help change the behavior for not only the future, but for now. And again, being part of this program, if you're thinking about it, it's so inspiring. I didn't think about what I would get out of it personally. I was thinking about the kids and teaching the kids and helping the future. But personally, I got so much out of it. Like I said, I was inspired earlier by these kids. They're so smart, and they want to learn more, and they're so enthusiastic, and they ask so many fun questions. And just the assembly we had and all these sessions, it was amazing. So like I said, we're in.
Awesome.
And I also should thank Southern Metal Recycling in St. Louis, Southern Metal Processing in St. Louis. They're here somewhere, and they were a big help for us as our local partner with recycling these cans. So thanks, Southern. And thanks again, Scuba Jess.
Awesome.
Can't say no to Scuba Jess.
Thank you. And I don't know if I'm talking too much, but I would love to just shout out to, if there's enough time, to just list all 18 schools and scrapyards that helped us. I don't know if anybody wants to help. Maybe we should, Zach, you read a couple. Here's our mic. We're really improv today. We're like comedians here. Do you want to read the scrapyards or some schools or any of the things? I don't know.
So we have a Bradley West Elementary in Illinois, and they raised 3,465 cans. Big Country Elementary in Texas, La Vega Elementary School in Texas, Rich Pond Elementary School in Kentucky, Sherwood Forest Elementary STEAM School in Washington, Our Lady of Fatima Catholic School in Louisiana, and Environmental Charter School in Pennsylvania.
You want to go to number 9?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So in Alabama, we had L.E. Wilson Elementary, 75,075 cans.
A lot of cans.
That's a lot of cans, by the way.
Isn't it amazing?
Pretty incredible because they actually only had 78 students at that particular elementary. Mississippi, which I believe has the worst or second worst.
They're pretty low on the list. I think they're like
Yeah.
15%. West Virginia is at 6%.
Okay, so
yeah.
they're working on getting better, and Zach's helping
We're
them.
working on getting better. We've got a couple more schools in the mix.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things going on. We'll
Yes.
get there.
Yeah.
Mississippi, number 8, South Haven Elementary, 126,280 cans recycled. Pretty impressive for that school, and pretty incredible when you think about the funds that they're going to that school with that.
Isn't it amazing? Yes. And so I'll just read off the rest, and then I'm going to also call out our rest of our sponsors and our scrapyards, if that's okay. So we have Our Mother of Perpetual Help in Pennsylvania. They're a tiny little Catholic school, and they only have 26 students, and they recycled 42,630 cans with sod metal recycling. And then we have the Flint Park Lions.
Flint Park Lions.
We talked about in Missouri, working with Alter Trading. And then 5th place, we had Yankee Town Elementary, who actually won the contest last year. And they had 133,455 cans, which was crazy amazing. And then 4th place, I have to call out Mount Washington Elementary in Louisville, Kentucky. They had 276,745 cans. That's 2,600 per student. And they're working with Tri-Rose Aluminum and Grade A Auto Recycling in Louisville, and I'm just so proud of them. This was their first time in the contest, and they really got into it. Tri-Rose Aluminum actually went to the school, and they showed the metal melting process using chocolate. And so they melted chocolate with all the students, and then they put it into molds, and they turned it to new items, and then they got to eat the chocolate. So just shout out to Tri-Rose for being awesome. And then I'm just going to list a bunch of companies that you all probably recognize, but these are just amazing companies that helped out with the contest. So Constellium Aluminum, Sherwin-Williams Paint. They don't only make paint for your houses, they actually make the paint and coatings that go on your cans, on the inside of the cans, to protect so that Coca-Cola doesn't eat through. Tri-Rose Aluminum, Kaiser Aluminum, Alter Trading, Can Pack, R-Dog Metal Packaging, PPG Paint is amazing. I got to go to the PPG Paint Arena in Pittsburgh for the hockey game. It was fantastic. Louisiana Scrap down Matt Rangi. Did I say his name right? Hopefully. He's amazing. Nice guy. Crown, we talked about Crown and Cork. And Vossi's helped out in Waco, Texas with M. Lippitz Recycling. CMC Recycle helped out with a school in San Antonio, Texas. And another shout out to a cool company down in Florida. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Canovation, but they actually make lids that go on your pop-top cans like that. So if you don't finish your drink, you can get a can lid from Canovation and screw it on. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm just going on and on, but I just want to thank you all so much for your time, for listening to us, and for supporting these amazing 3rd graders across the USA. And I just hope we can grow to 50 schools next year and just keep growing from there. And we're going to change the recycling rates. And yeah, hope you all have a great day.
What? Well, hold on.
Wait,
hold on.
not yet.
No,
Oh, wait,
what?
just kidding.
Hold on.
Wait, there's more. I'm like Billy Mays.
Yeah. Hold on. We have to announce the 1st place winner.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like
I thought
yes.
we announced 1st place.
Oh no, we got.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on. There is a school out there that
You've all been waiting for.
Oh, I totally thought we did 1st place. Oops.
Yes.
Everybody, round of applause. Drum roll.
So the 1st place elementary school did an incredible can. Like, you can say that they crushed it. Really great. Okay. They brought in 155,000 cans, which is incredible. 8,186 cans per student, because this school in West Virginia had 19 students. Incredible job, because West Virginia has a pretty low recycling rate in that state, 6% for the aluminum cans. So an incredible shout out to the #1 first place Fairplain Elementary in West Virginia. This third grade class of 19 students was supported by RJ Recycling, who drove over an hour and a half each way to go pick up these cans for these students. So CMI, Constellium, they did an incredible job sponsoring this school. RJ Recycling, huge shout out to you for going the extra distance for this school, because they really went that extra mile for these kids. And if you want to get involved, help these kids out, come back next year. We are looking to expand and hit 50 states next year and help these kids out, because we're looking for a lot of sponsors, and the dollars just keep adding up, and it's incredible to see what these kids are being able to add at their schools with the cans that they're recycling.
West Virginia, you guys. I talked to the principal there. She says you can drive hours in any direction and never find a recycling bin. It just doesn't exist in their county. And so she said when the word got out to they made the local evening news, and now everybody in West Virginia is bringing them cans. Like, people are driving from other counties and bringing the cans because they need a new playground, and the word got out. And so it's just pretty amazing to see the whole community come together to support the kids. So great job, everybody.
And huge, again, shout out to Scuba Jess for coming up with this idea, putting this together, writing the children's book, using her network to really help this multiple communities out there, continuing to help the environment, help the recycling rates, and huge thank you for everything that you do in our world.
I do it all for the fish and the octopus, so. And I just want to let you all know that every time you recycle a can, an octopus smiles. I'm a scuba diver, I'm down there in the oceans, and I see a lot of cans and a lot of trash. And if you all care about any of the sea creatures and amazing animals we share this planet with, one of the easiest things you can do to help them is don't litter, and please recycle your cans.
Awesome.
And thank you to ReMA for letting us come on here last minute, unscripted, and just let us take over the show.
Hopefully it wasn't too obvious.
Yeah, we love you.